Well, Memphis is very close to where I live in central Arkansas. For years and years now, I've been going to India, Europe, and places like that to do world missions, right? So when I started world missions, it was basically the healing ministry.
Okay.
We do healing crusades, salvation crusades in Jamaica and India and all these different places. But when we look at home, when you think world missions, it's at home too. It's in your neighbor's backyard. So what we started doing was we started praying for a place. Okay, what can we do stateside? But we have cities, major cities in the South that have major crime problems, major drug problems, and things like that. And Memphis is one of those. Why Memphis? Well, that's exactly why. Why not Memphis is probably why not Memphis? So Memphis has all this. So what I do is I'm sort of the chairman, I guess, of Supernatural Lifestyle Missions, Mission 21, missions for the 21st century. So what we do overseas, we're now bringing it here. What we do is we come into a city and I find major strongholds. And I start doing history searches. I start Googling, find out, okay, what is it about Memphis? What's in their history that's maybe caused a lot of this?
So there's key areas that you focus in on?
There's key areas. We call them altars of the devil.
And what are some altars of the devil here in Memphis?
Okay, now one that we found is a place it's by the river, it's called Martyrs Park. It's almost like a portal of hell just hit Memphis and just wiped the city. Okay, Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated. Okay, now I have something else to look at. So I go to the area where he was assassinated, and I look up and I see the window where the shooter was. So I asked the Lord, I said, Lord, there's something here. And so I take my team of prayer warriors, intercessors, and we go into this area, we pray. And usually there's something there. Enemy. Okay, there's another spot now we're fixing to strike in. It's the area where the Memphis massacre was. These bands of men, white men, I don't know, I'm not quite sure who it was, but they come in this area in Memphis around Mulberry, and they raped, pillaged, burned people's houses down, all right there in that area. So that's another place to where something happened. We call it altars of worship. The devil did something. So in the spiritual warfare zone, what I'm speaking of is basically if we move something in the spirit, then the physical can follow. And we all come, we know what we're getting into. We know what we're getting into. But in that kind of, it's kind of like an airstrike. When the U.S. does an airstrike with their F-16s over a city in Baghdad or whatever, they hit strategic places to knock something down. It doesn't win the war altogether, but it definitely opens up some areas of where we can go in and preach the gospel. That's the point of the preaching. We don't win the war, but we can make major strides forward in order to win that.
So once you come in and do your airstrike, and prayer strike,
Good enough though.
Are you building up individuals to be foot soldiers to go out and finish and carry on the mission?
Well, since we've come to Memphis, I came to Memphis 2 years ago on a basic team where we go feed in the shelters, the soup kitchens and things like that, but we would minister to them. But the prayer strike came Labor Day last year, Labor Day weekend, and that's when we started the actual prayer strike. And then we felt a little resistance in the spirit. Then Monument of Love opened its doors for us to have a service, and I think there was some relationship building happening. And then on the Thanksgiving trip we just did, I had another team here, and it was a very strong team. And what we did was we felt another shift, where the relationship with Monument of Love is getting better. And then last year we had, what was it, 100 missionaries came here?
Came here.
Now you got 400 coming this year.
400 coming this year. So the ground is definitely being open. So
the shell is breaking apart.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely, we will start getting deeper and deeper. Now we pray for, it's not just doing the prayer strike, but it's actually God's angels are actually able to come in and minister to the heirs of salvation, just like the scripture says.
Hey, let me tell you something. Now you're on target. My mentor, when we started experiencing the spiritual shift, even in the early December-ish and stuff. I think even after the last time you guys came and we did the healing and deliverance service, he said, Pastor, he said,
Something
be
happened.
ready. Yeah, he's like, be ready, because he said that the enemy is upset. There's been a shift in enemy. And we've gone, as myself included, we've gone through a tremendous amount of unprecedented attacks.
Yeah.
Somebody else told me that in a dream.
Yeah.
They had a dream. I said, I'm not going to tell him this.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not going to tell Pastor Joyce.
Right,
Because the lady had a dream. She said, he's being attacked.
Oh,
the church
gosh.
is being attacked.
Yes.
And I said,
Man.
I am not going to tell him that because relationships get shaky.
Sure.
And I don't want that. Sorry.
But you know what? But we're gaining, we're advancing the
400
kingdom.
missionaries.
400, and he don't like that.
No.
Because 4 years ago it was 0.
Well, that
You see what I'm saying? So you know.
Thanksgiving weekend, when I had my team upstairs, we were really praying, getting ready for the prayer strike. And in the spirit world, this is what we felt.
Sure.
I felt something boom.
Come on.
And
I remember you saying that.
almost
Yeah,
like
yeah.
seeing it there. God released some angel. I don't know what it was.
Come on.
But it went over that river, and I heard that demonic principality
Yes.
scream.
Yes.
Now after that, I'll show you who's Lord around here.
Right.
And now with the people calling me and say, pray for I said, look, pray for the pastor. God's showing you, so you can pray for Monument Love. I'm not going to go advertise anything the devil's doing.
Right. Yeah.
And now that you said that, that confirms what they've been telling me.
But again, for me, it's confirmation that we're doing the right thing.
That's it.
That the work is transformational. Like we said, if you're not what's the term we use about if you're
not moving forward, you're going back.
or that if you're not if the devil is not walking,
If he
is not fighting
if he ain't fighting
against
against you,
you're
you're
walking
walking
with
with
you.
you.
You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it's about.
You the foot soldiers, y'all have to do it.
And when we talk about the good to great and leverage, and that's really what it's about. I talk to them all the time that, first of all, we don't even measure our church versus any other church. God doesn't count numbers, He makes numbers count. But we do believe in collaboration. We believe in partnership with God, partnership with others, and leveraging that so that what we are, the boundaries that God has established for us, that He allows for others to partner with us, shoulder to shoulders, to do beyond what we could not in and of ourselves do. That's why He gave us the fivefold ministry.
Sure.
One person is not equipped to be it all by himself.
And you know what the most impressive thing, now I was just sharing with him, the people on my team, some of them are beginners, some of them are advanced, some of them better than me.
Sure.
And when we come to church, one of the things that one of my people mentioned is that they have kids up there singing, they have kids serving, kids in the usher. I'm sitting there, that's exactly how it's supposed to be.
Come on, right. Praise God.
Reciprocating, discipling, whatever
Yes,
we
sir.
want to call it.
Yes, sir.
We are reproducing each other. And then you ain't got to worry about 50 years from now when you're gone.
Come on, right.
Yeah.
You passed the torch in 5 years. That road.